What does it look like when a football legend watches his own World Cup record disappear before his eyes? The answer came in a remarkable moment that fans may never forget. As England kicked off their 2026 World Cup campaign, all eyes were on Harry Kane. But in the stands, cameras captured something just as fascinating. Gary Lineker watching Kane inch closer to and then finally match one of the most iconic records in England football history. And standing right beside him was a player who wasn't even selected for the tournament squad, Harry Maguire. The reactions that followed said everything. Gary Lineker was in New York covering the tournament as part of Netflix's production featuring the Rest is Football podcast team. The former England striker watched the Three Lions opening Group L clash against Croatia alongside co-host Micah Richards. Joining them for the watch-along was Harry Maguire, the England defender, who was controversially left out of Thomas Tuchel's 2-6-man World Cup squad. While Lineker and Richards proudly wore England's 2026 shirts, Maguire appeared in casual clothing as he sat down to support his country from the sidelines. Then came the moment England fans had been waiting for. Harry Kane stepped up from the penalty spot and opened the scoring for England. It wasn't straightforward, he needed a second attempt, but the ball found the back of the net. That goal carried extra significance. It was Kane's 9th World Cup goal for England, just one behind Gary Lineker's tally of 10. A record that had stood as one of the great benchmarks in English football. But the story was only getting started. Croatia fought back and leveled the match, creating tension inside the stadium and among supporters watching around the world. England needed a response, and just before halftime, Kane delivered. Rising high inside the penalty area, the England captain powered home a thunderous header. Ironically, it was exactly the type of goal Harry Maguire himself has become famous for scoring. And with that single moment, history was made. Harry Kane had reached 10 World Cup goals for England. The same number Gary Lineker scored across the 1,986 and 1,990 World Cups. The cameras immediately turned toward Lineker. His reaction was priceless. There was no disappointment, no frustration, no sign of a man upset to see his record matched. Instead, there was pure joy. Lineker punched the air in celebration. Beside him, Harry Maguire applauded with a huge smile on his face. Then came the moment that quickly captured attention. Lineker raised both hands and repeatedly shouted, 10, 10, 10. It was a genuine celebration of history. Former England, great witnessing the current captain join him in the record books. For football fans, it was a powerful reminder of the connection between generations. Lineker had scored his 10 World Cup goals during England's campaigns in Mexico in 1986 and Italy in 1990. He famously won the Golden Boot at the 1986 tournament. Kane's World Cup journey began decades later. He burst onto the global stage in Russia in 2018, scoring against Tunisia and eventually winning the Golden Boot with 6 goals. He added more goals during England's run in Qatar. And now, with his brace against Croatia, he had officially drawn level with one of England's greatest ever World Cup scorers. But England were not finished. After halftime, Jude Bellingham and Marcus Rashford added further goals to complete an entertaining 4-2 victory. The result gave Thomas Tuchel a winning start to England's World Cup campaign. Yet even as fans celebrated the 4-goal performance, a new concern began to emerge. The joy of victory was quickly mixed with anxiety. After the match, Harry Kane was seen wearing strapping on his leg. Meanwhile, Declan Rice limped off earlier than expected. Naturally, questions began to surface about the fitness of 2 of England's most important players. When asked about the situation, Thomas Tuchel did little to ease those concerns. The England manager simply said, let's see. I hope they're okay. He also added, I would never take Declan out. Normally. Those comments immediately fueled speculation about the condition of both players as England prepares for the challenges ahead. So while the headlines belong to Harry Kane and his historic achievement, another story may already be developing behind the scenes. One World Cup record has been matched, another could soon be broken. But for England supporters, the biggest question right now may be far simpler. Will Harry Kane and Declan Rice be fit for the next match? As the tournament continues, all eyes will be watching. And after a night of history, celebration and growing concern, England's World Cup journey is only just beginning.